Alright, time for another video performance. Apropos of snow, we'll continue play out this mess. I left a comment on Dispook's crazy video. Ramble, damble, damble, bing bong, ding dong video. I mean, I don't know what these people, I mean, even gray techs can't understand. I understood 36% of this. Yeah, well, you did better than I did. Wing, wang, bang, clang, fang, pang, pang, jang, dang. I mean, it's just such babble. I agree. Of course he agrees with bing bang, linga bang bang, doom dang dang. And there needs to be a consistency of adjectives. Well, I don't even, what is this? Then we're going to worry about adjectives? We got to figure out whether you're preposterously stupid, or insanely stupid, or idiotically stupid, or preposterously stupid, or, oh, I already said that. In order to find nuance in any theory. Well, what is that? It doesn't even mean anything again. You just keep implying something. You don't say anything explicit. Okay? This is the slanderer's mode of operation. You're just a weasel slandering sack of shit. He flops all over with hyperbole and euphemisms. Well, why don't you quote some of them? Alright? You even put S's on the word. Euphemisms. Alright? So go ahead. Let's find out what are the euphemisms that you think you theoretically know are inaccurate, are unfair to the truth. Yeah, you won't do that because you're a weasel. You're a slandering motherfucking weasel. You probably do fuck your mother. You're just such a little prick. You have no balls, you have no guts, you have no ability to fight a real fight. You're a coward and a wimp. Alright? You have nothing. You have nothing. You just have mud. And that's all you keep throwing, you little faggot. So it's time to get real, or I'm going to bring it to you, okay? I'm going to be on your ass every time you open your motherfucking mouth. I'm going to point out what an ignorant, stupid little cunt you are. Alright? So either shape up, or I'm going to ship you the fuck out. Yeah. There, that's a euphemism. It means I'm going to kick your ass. Alright. So I'll reload this just to see if there's any new jackass comments. Oh, to be serious, of course, the little twat had to show up to comment on the twatty video. Dun, 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 dun.
Nothing. There's no philosophy there.
Stay in there.
And, you know, they'll quote their old dead philosophers. You know, one sentence maybe. Not even that. I don't even think you get the exact quote.
Another example why this medium suffers, it's hard to come up with things off the top of your head. That's why.
Oh yeah, right. It's hard to make an argument. That's right, because you don't have an argument. All you have is some static dogma. And all you're doing is reading out of your dogma, your books of dogma. You don't understand anything in theory. You don't understand anything in any kind of rational context. That's why you can't talk experientially about it, is because it's not a vision in your head. You're not describing what you see. You're just reciting what you've memorized. The jargon, the bibbly-babbly-boo words, the little magic, you know, eye of newt plus frog of toad. Let's see, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. Oh, there, I got it right. Yeah. And that's all you're doing. You're not saying anything that means anything to anyone who's rational and logical. You're only saying stuff to please people who want to hear somebody say, yeah, there is a God, it's okay, the universe knows what it's doing, the universe knows what it's doing. Fuck.
When you're writing paper, you have all your sources lined out, and you know exactly where you can put it. In a video, people are watching, and people are impatient, you need to have it right then and there. So
yeah, it just seems like a lame excuse, right? I mean, a video isn't that much different. You could read a script. You could even write yourself some pretty coherent notes and just go down the list of your notes and talk about the subject, okay? And the context would be there. The quotes should speak for themselves almost, right? All I have to do is say something like, judge a man based on the content of his character, not the color of his skin. Right? I could talk for a half an hour now. Brilliant quote, I can quote that, I can explain that, I can explain what it means, why it's important, why it has substance, why it has character. Do that with your babble. Take a fucking, one of your beloved authors and one of their silly babbly quotes and sit there and try to make it goddamn mean something. good fucking luck, because all they're saying is bibbly babbly boobly bobbly bobbly boobly boobly boo.
Because it's all mumbo jumbo.
It's not mumbo jumbo, it's just not doable.
No talk about anything real, just existential bibble babble. You know, they make up these words, singularity, and the rest of this crap. Doesn't mean anything.
I don't know.
And then they go, you know, people, some asshole left a comment,
I don't know what singularity means.
saying that singularity.
Oh, well, gee, you know, then what are you even talking for, okay? Because it's a word everybody, your professors, everybody else is all using these kind of words, this kind of jargon.
If this...
Your little preaching about what the definition should be, it's not my word in the first place. But you got to deal with the proposed critique. Was that I'm just too common. I'm too working class a philosopher.
I'm working class too, that's where I come from, so...
Yeah, right. Everybody smells that one. Yeah, it's like the rich man saying, I'm not rich. Yeah, right. Yeah, I smell that turd.
Just let you know that.
Yeah.
No, because, I don't have my...
Liar, pants on fire.
Talking.
You don't have the patience to read books, is what...
No, I don't have patience for little wimpy nonsense written by jackasses trying to lie their way out of reality, okay? I read those, alright? I read dictionaries, I read science books, okay? They're not in this room. But yeah, okay? I've read biology books, physics books, chemistry books, okay? Books about real shit, okay? Not crap that some jackass sitting on his magic mushroom toadstool chewing on his psychedelics decides to start opining on the meaning of the life, you know, in his psychotic delusions. Fuck you and your jackass fucking authors of nonsense.
I would suggest. I don't really know this at all, but...
Yeah, you don't know shit. That's the fucking goddamn truth. Yet you talk, okay? You talk the talk, but you got nothing. You got no legs to walk with. You got nothing. You got no evidence to prove your claim, to put it in legal parlance, okay? You got nothing. You got a bunch of claims, and you got no fucking evidence. You should be kicked the motherfuck right the fuck out the door.
You know, the things you talk about, that's probably the bigger problem.
Just the human trying to struggle through it. So, I mean...
You are human, and you are struggling. I agree with that.
Oh, you little cunt. Yeah, you're the one making the accusation that something is wrong with my video performance. And here you are, you obnoxious motherfucker, just sitting there doing exactly what I've described you as. This pompous, patronizing motherfucker. At least I'm not stupid enough to drink my little orange juice while I'm making a video.
You're a criminal if you're not over-complicating the subject matter. And if...
Yeah, called you a criminal.
Well, yeah, play a semantics game, okay? Yeah, play a semantics game. I mean, Anton's made dozen videos at least. Griping and whining and complaining. You've used these words, reductionism, all right, and whined and complained about it, okay? I didn't say, I'm using criminal as a metaphor, like there's some crime against the truth, some crime against logic or rationality or reasonableness to sit there and say, yes, you dissect the system to understand a system, you take it apart and figure out how it works. That is useful information, that's a useful procedure, and sometimes it's all you need to know. You take it apart and you're going to find out all you need to know about what it does.
you're speaking and expressing yourself...
I mean, if I take a gun apart, I can figure out, oh, it's a missile projectile launcher. Okay, that's what it is. I can figure it out by taking it apart. All right, and now I have all the information I need to know that can be used to shoot a projectile, and that projectile quite obviously could be shot through somebody's head and cause them mortality, but it's completely understood by just understanding the mechanism. Its potential, its capacity is all understood by just dissecting it and understanding what it's doing.
A human being. And then this pretentious asshole.
Human beings are respectful, so I don't know if that's the best adjective to use there.
Let's replay this, okay? This picking on what the fuck, this adjective talk now. Now we gotta worry about our adjectives. These little cunts.
I don't know if that's,
Expressing yourself as a human being. And if
Yep, called you a criminal.
you're speaking and expressing yourself as a human being, and then this pretentious asshole.
Human beings are respectful, so...
Yeah, well, it missed the entire context, right? I mean, I was directly talking about your complaining because, yeah, I'll throw in some potty humor or some other kind of bullshit into my videos now and then. Because I'm a human being, and I have interests that aren't completely obsessed with philosophy. I'll talk about a frog or a turtle or some other kind of bullshit. And that's what I'll do in my fucking videos, and yet you complained about it. Like, oh, this isn't any way to discuss anything. It's human to human. No, we got to sit there and sanitize it. And I don't even mind doing that, because I'm still going to win the fucking argument. You douchebag. You're just using it as a fucking weapon. You're just using it as an ad hominem attack. You're just sitting there again. You're sitting there in court, and you're pointing to the woman that's hot and attractive and in a miniskirt, and you're saying she deserved to be raped. You're just playing a fucking weasel game because you're a fucking weasel.
I don't know if that's the best adjective to use there.
Yeah, fuck you.
Just make us in another conversation. Just don't have the stuff. They got no argument. And so they're going to keep their foul territory is too big. The fences are too far away. They're going to keep complaining about the stadium or something.
Yeah, he just doesn't get this part either. The point is, they keep saying, we don't know, we don't know. I can't fight because I have to have my notes, and I have to write my argument, and I can't do this. And yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. And he's confirming the argument. They got no game.
Because they got no game. That's what it comes down to.
I got game,
They
bitch.
got no game.
You ain't got game.
They're just,
Yeah, well, I'm going to bury you, okay? Yeah, it's a metaphor, okay? But yeah, I'm going to bury you.
preaching this, from the old book. It really is. Just another rendition of, deconstruction, reductionism. They use these terms like that's some sort of rape. Like, oh my God. And yeah, that's the perspective I'm in.
Oh, we use it that way because it does have a history.
Oh, yeah, what would that be? What would that be? Explain the history. Explain how it's been a wrong, like somehow it was the wrong thing to do to analyze the system, to shake it, to mess with it, to fuck with it, to see how it works. You show me where in history that's been failed. You show me that, asshole.
It has a history, a strong history, and it's been in... it's been littering academics for a long time, oversimplifying.
Well, I'm too drunk now to even make any comprehensible sense. It's not oversimplification, you asshole. Dissection is not oversimplification, all right? It's not. And this is what this reductionism is. It's about reducing something to its parts to understanding the mechanism. That's how this word is used. This is the context that Professor Anton uses it in. It's not about reducing it to 4 words. All right? That's not the fucking argument. But even that does work. Consumption, reproduction, cannibalism, and addiction. Disprove one of those and try to add a 5th. Go ahead. I dare you. Well, you won't take the dare, but you got no balls.
And, the key to learning is to keep an open mind. So
Well, I'm not here to fucking learn, asshole. I'm here to fucking argue, okay? So you're going to get your education, all right, if that's what you're after. But this isn't really the way you solicit one, okay? You say, please teach me if you want to learn, asshole, okay? I already know my shit. You're the asshole who doesn't know shit about shit, including the fucking law. You stupid little prick.
yeah, you don't like reductionists.
Come from. Because, that's my qualification.
Yeah, you don't like. What kind of argument is that? So again, just explain to me what reductionism, what modeling, what dissection, where has any of this led mankind astray?
I spent my life deconstructing and constructing and building and fixing, and it works. If you want to understand the system, you take the system apart, you figure out how it works.
Do you really take the system apart? I mean, you've got comments on so many different areas, but how in-depth is your knowledge of them? You know,
Oh, how is that? So you judge the conclusions based on what degrees somebody has, right? There's been lots of people who have successfully created empires, okay? And they were high school dropouts, asshole. I don't have to give you some sort of credentials to prove that I somehow know what I'm talking about. What I can argue with you is just go ahead, look it up on the internet. Go ahead and find it somewhere. Somebody talking about the geographic bias in democracies and how that, as a mechanism, completely destroys representative democracy. All right, go ahead and I mean we can just go down the list. All right, you want to argue with something I've said, then quote it and argue it. Prove it to be fallible, wrong, suspect, all of those words that are used when you're going to do an honest critique. Okay, do an honest critique. Prove my evidence foul. Prove that the cop has got blood in his pocket and has polluted the evidence, that I've somehow corrupted it, that it's not valid argumentation. Just do that, all right, and then you'll have some sort of bona fide, some right to stand up. But you have no right. You're just a weasel behind a rock throwing goddamn turds. All right, you motherfucking suck. You're a gutless little puke.
We talked about the legal system the other day, and I could tell right off the bat you don't know the system.
Yeah, quote something, asshole. We got that part recorded, I think, on the Stickam session, so it's one of those things from last week. All right, and you were just full of fucking goddamn shit. I had to inform you that judges gave themselves immunity. I had to inform you that they've created these non-published decisions. And I'll inform you that they've changed the standard now for a summary judgment disposable of a lawsuit, and no longer do you have to does your case have to be your claim have to be possible. Now it has to be plausible. So now they've used a word that has this perverted and bent definition. Nobody's going to come up with a really good definition for the word plausible, right? Plausible? What the fuck is that? And certainly, what the fuck is that in comparison to possible? How exactly do we measure that? And why did they do it? Why did they invent this new standard? That's right, to deny people their constitutional rights, because they're motherfucking cunts, okay? You're going to be part of the motherfucking most cunt-worthy, bury them at sea fucking industry on this fucking planet. There isn't scum lower than goddamn motherfucking lion lawyer pricks. They defend their fucking union, and that's all they're goddamn about. They're elitist motherfucking scum, and when the revolution does happen, they should be first in line for their proper punishment.
So it doesn't look like you've been doing a lot of taking apart. It looks like you've...
Yeah, again, no facts. Not one piece of fucking evidence. You're coming into a court with just this ad hominem. You look like a murderer to me. Doesn't he look like... Jury, doesn't he look like a murderer to you? He looks like one to me. I think he's a murderer. Look at his shirt. It says murderer all over it, isn't it? I say he's a murderer, goddammit. We don't need no fucking evidence. Fuck you. You're going to be a lawyer and this is how you conduct an argument? This is how you have an argument and you're going to be a fucking lawyer? You're a disgrace.
Been doing a lot of basking in your own glory for the...
Prove it. Prove some of these claims. Prove one of these claims, you little fucking weasel.
The conclusions you came to as opposed to testing those conclusions.
Oh, right. I've put them on the fucking YouTube for 5 fucking years and taken on all comers, you fucking prick. God, you just are such a piece of shit.
So, there's very few videos from you these days that actually, sets up your own theory for scrutiny.
Oh, right. So you go to the F-List channel, there's 5 videos there now, I think. Right, that just draw it out, plain and simple. Couldn't make a clearer, more concise diagram. And let's take on one of those, asshole. Play one of those videos, jackass, and argue anything in it. No balls.
And then finds difficulties in it. And any good scientific theory, you should be updating it when there's new insights that
It doesn't need new insights. As I've argued numerous times in videos, the problem with the truth isn't that the truth is hard to see or that it's incredibly complicated, like some bizarre molecular combination that creates, a soccer ball carbon molecule. No, it's not really. You don't have to do calculus to find the truth. All you have to do is get the crap out of your fucking head. You get the Santa Claus and the God and the other bullshit, the little fluffy Mother Natures and little poppy rabbits. You get all the cartoons, the fables, the nonsense out of your fucking head, and the goddamn truth will just glare at you and just say, here I am. Okay, I'm really simple. I'm like Gumby. I'm simple. And that's what the fucking truth is. It's just buried under a big pile of shit. Alright? And it's getting rid of the shit is the only obstacle to finding the truth, is just to get rid of all the bullshit that has been piled on it by little pricks like you. Little cunt motherfucking elitist psychobabblers who have no credentials, no fucking authority, no fucking competence. You don't know how to fucking, you probably can't fold a piece of paper properly. And yet you're going to talk about the fabric of the universe. You stupid shit. You probably can't even fold your fucking shirt right.
Make themselves known, and it just doesn't seem like I see too much of that. Seems like I see a lot of the old record playing over and over again, broken record.
Yeah, it looks like a broken record to me. So if it's a broken record. So anybody who's a broken record, I say he's guilty of murder. I mean, what the fuck? Again, what is this crap? I'm a broken record because, yes, some arguments have to be made over and over and over and over and over again. It takes years to make the argument. It took years of arguing and a civil war to stop something as stupid as owning human beings. Stupid fucktard, because you are idiots, you are morons, you are insane little fucking crackheads.
But these people are so glued to the idea that the system has no workings, that there is no dynamic. Einstein even said it. He said, absence of complete system. So they're always going to try to find a monkey wrench of unicorn phantasmagorical glitter to throw into any kind of machinery and say, there, it's dependent on that.
Yeah, well, you make a joke about it, but that's all you're doing. You're snake oil selling. You fuck. God, I really do hate this weasel. Yeah, I'm working on a big hate. Alright, we'll move on to 3. And, yeah.
And they're just going to keep
I'll just play his part. Alright, I'll cut you a break. I'll just play his parts. So I'll be back. Alright, so he's let it go 33 seconds, hasn't said a goddamn word. Yeah, right. Great argument.
Simple idea or something. And that's all they're selling, though. They're just selling more simplicity, the simplicity of fog. They're using fog to simplify.
Now, let's see. He should have a response to that, right?
Keeps using this word ambiguous, as if everything is just, no, we don't know the context. It screams for unknown reasons. The ground is hard for unknown reasons. It's just kind of fog. We don't really understand it. It's too complicated. And, especially when it comes to the nuance of human psychology. It's just open all this vagary.
I guess we just have a higher standard of what we require in order to claim we can understand something.
Oh, we have a higher standard. Like, we are not going to accept that the world is round until, we actually eat enough Oreos to get big enough to actually put our arms around it and feel the roundness. Yeah, so until we have that authoritative proof, we're not really sure if it's round. Spherical. Because we're pompous, elitist motherfuckers, and we don't know. No, you didn't deal with the real argument. The argument is that we have a truth sitting right here looking at us, staring at us. Darwin threw it right on the plate, and he said, plop, there it is. Yeah, it doesn't look very good, but that's the fucking truth, fellas. and you're running away from it. You're just trying to do something. Well, let's put some sauce on it, and let's, do something, and maybe we can make this edible. But you're just playing with your food. That's all you're doing. You're playing with your fucking goddamn food, okay? Because you don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat the truth. And that's all this is about, you little fucking weasel. And to do it, to run from the truth, you'll sit there and character assassinate and slander people and make accusations you can't back up with a single motherfucking fact. Because you're that desperate a little fucking trolly weasel.
And that's all it is. We're delving deeper. We require more
Man, we're delving deeper. So you're just going to use jargon, okay, to make it sound like you're actually digging for something real. No, you're ostrich heading. You're sticking your head, delving deeper. All right, that's what it really means. You're sticking your ostrich head as deep as you can into the fucking ground so you can pretend the lion ain't coming to get you. All right, the truth is on your ass, and you can keep delving deeper, but the truth is gonna get you, fucker.
Agencies, and we need more evidence than you, apparently.
No. Apparently, you need an unreasonable. You don't need proof to a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt. You need an argument beyond all preposterous conjuration of nonsense. All right? Yeah, no, I can't dispute any bullshit you make up about what the universe might be doing. I can only make rational arguments that we have no reason to believe. No reason to believe. No evidence to substantiate or defend such a proposition. Yeah, that's all I can work with, is evidence. There's no evidence of your phantasmagorical mystery purpose for consciousness. It exists as a tool, okay, bestowed upon an organism, just like a shark's tooth, all right, to be used for that organism to gain success by this standard of natural selection, which is more like competitive selection.
You got it solved and we don't. So we'll continue questioning, and you can, you're done. Just wrap up and go home because you got the answers. I don't know what...
I don't want the answers for me, right? How exactly do the answers, me holding the answers, that solves the problem. So again, if I don't rape a woman, I've ended rape on Earth. Is that your argument? That doesn't make any fucking sense, jackass. The point is sentience is left vulnerable to you assholes. You really just don't even get the idea that other people are conscious, do you? And that they have been for millions of years, and that they could be in the future in all kinds of horrific circumstances, living out horrific lives. Okay, but all that doesn't mean anything to you because you just live for your fucking cunt, weasel, jackass, lousy, rotten, bastard self. You are pretty on the outside, but you are one ugly motherfucker on the inside.
You're here to talk about still. You got the answer. You're done.
Yeah, again, silly. It's just absolutely silly to think that solves a problem. That because somebody realizes, well, I think slavery is wrong. There, I solved the problem. Yeah, I don't think so, jackass.
Are you dwelling? I don't know why you're still here talking about it if you've got, things are solved out for you.
Yeah, right. You're really this stupid. You really are, right? You think this is like some kind of truth, or some kind of knowledge like the knowledge I have of my nutsack. Oh yeah, well I really know my own nutsack pretty fucking well, so I guess I'm all done with that knowledge. Well, yeah, that's probably true. Okay? And, but it doesn't have any consequence. It doesn't mean anything. These subjects mean something. They have an impact on this thing called sentience in the world. Okay? It's not a personal truth. It's a truth that has meaning to the entire human race and to the entire collective that is sentience on Earth. Duh. God, you are really fucking stupid.
Or if you know everything, just plug it in now and get what you want. Because that's apparently what the human does. They're addicted to, getting themselves off. So why don't you just go get yourself off if you know how to do it?
Yeah. So again, so this is what? This is, you're going to take that kind of argumentation to court now too? Yeah. Well, that one won't probably. Even juries aren't dumb enough to fall for that one.
All this, you know, our consciousness is the universe, you know, reflecting on itself. No, it's not just.
Yeah, we did talk about that. It was about Jungian kind of collective unconsciousness, and it had to do with the religious parables and getting religious people, or people thinking about religion, to stop thinking about these really firm arguments about, was there the passion? Was there the 3 days of darkness? No, okay, religion is blah, 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 done with. You know, they're thinking about it in these antagonistic black and white ways, which, you know, may or may not be important, but...
Yeah, well, this is more incoherent rambling, right? You're not saying anything here. You keep talking about the value of this religion stuff. Well, again, beyond what I have defended, which is the golden rule, what the fuck, where's the value here? I mean, they're stupid arguments. The parables are even stupid. The black sheep thing. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Let the whole flock get eaten by a wolf so you can go find the black sheep and bring him back to the fucking goddamn non-existent, now because the wolves ate them all, sheep. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, let's sacrifice the whole herd for the one jackass, retarded sheep. Okay, and what if the sheep is so retarded it fell off a cliff? So you left the whole fucking herd of sheep vulnerable to go chase after one asshole, and it's dead anyway because it fell over the fucking cliff. I mean, what do you learn from that except how to be stupid? I mean, the moral of that story is don't be suckered by emotion, okay? Be rational. Yeah, be fail-safe. Be sensible. Do what's in the long-term best interest.
What we're trying to get, what Anton was saying, is that we should try to get people to look into some of those parables and ask the question why these things are so important to human beings.
Well, that was a separate conversation anyway. But again, you don't even have anything to connect this to, okay? This is a hypothetical argument you're making because you don't have any evidence that most religious people even know what's in the fucking book. Okay, they're just buying the general idea that God says so, and he has these 10 thingies, and I don't remember them all exactly, but yeah, it's good stuff. Alright, that's the average religious mentality, asshole. They're not embracing the religion because it has lovely parables. Where's your statistical evidence that that's what has people holding on to religion? No, what they're holding on to is the idea that their life isn't just a sack of shit, because some God made it.
And then we got into the discussion about whether some of these parables are getting at some of the connections between what's going on in the unconscious realm of each individual, or individuals between societies, or individuals between eras in history, and whether there's something consistent about that, or whether it is entirely unique to...
Yeah, well, again, without anything explicit being said, like, what is the manifestation of people's use of alcohol or other intoxicants or drugs? Or you're not being explicit at all. You're not describing any human behavior or any human phenomenon. You're just, again, with this ambiguous pile of mush, like something, like somehow there's important psychology here that's all mysterious. No, it's not mysterious psychology. It can all be reducted. It can all be dissected.
Each individual's physiology. And that's what I was trying to ask, is how much of this is determined based on the material circumstances, or the chemical circumstances going on. And
oh, well, look, you want to have an argument about nature and nurture, well, then just call it that, okay? And make a video about nature and nurture and the difference between, you know, the fact that you have to have some certain events take place in your life to be able to have a certain perspective to like the underdog phenomenon, or some other, even the Helsinki syndrome, or some other psychological events that make you more receptive to being a cynic or to being not easily immersed into the Borg. See, because unlike you, I'm not a Borgite. I don't defend silly nonsense like tradition. It's a bad word in my vocabulary, not a good word. It's a thing to look out for, not a thing to look up to. So I have a different knowledge base, a different understanding based on my life experience. And then you add on top of that what you gain when you do some little bit of a science and research, and you understand a little bit about physics and chemistry and biology. Yeah, that'll create a whole different dynamic, and then eventually you'll be able to apply things called principles, which again have nothing to do with your genetics. They have to do with your memes, which you understand to be true, like don't judge a man based on the color of his skin, judge him based on the content of his character.
In people's brains, and how much of it is more something that has to do with something.
Yeah, babble, 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 babble. Like again, so like what part of like Jefferson would you apply this nonsense to? Okay, these again, there's so much of this conversation is about a truth and about the principles and the logic that compel that truth into these conclusions, that just force the truth, force the conversation to these conclusions. That's what the facts point to, all right? These principles, these conclusions. My consciousness, my welfare is not any more important than anything else's welfare, okay? Even the worst maniacal killer in the universe, it doesn't matter, okay? Suffering is suffering. If he's suffering, if I'm suffering, it doesn't matter. It's just suffering. Shit. These are understandings. These are bits of truth and knowledge that we define principles from.
Or more having to do with sociology and history of thought. You know, is it more of a scientific question, or is it more of a question for another discipline?
Just a scheming device attached to a biological organism that has been designed to replicate itself in an environment.
Okay, well, I've got a suggestion for an area of study you should probably head into, Gary, because everything comes back to biology. So if you're so interested in biology, why aren't you out studying how the human brain works at a scientific level?
Well, first off, because I really just don't have the practical facilities, okay? My life has been compromised by a whole lot of external reasons, personal reasons, that are none of your fucking goddamn business. But yes, in all likelihood, I would have my college degree and I'd be doing some kind of crap like that if my life didn't, take some wrong roads and courses. And yeah, my parents weren't going to be paying for it. I was paying for it. But regardless, that's just a little slight. Again, it doesn't. I'm not. You're just keep critiquing me. I don't understand. I've made an argument. I've put it on the table. It's on the plate. Okay, it's Darwin Plus. It's Atheism 2.0. All right, I've put it on the fucking plate. Argue with what's on the fucking plate. Why do you keep arguing with the cook? I mean, this is just such bullshit.
Because everything is reduced to biology. Why aren't you out there learning biology?
I don't need to know any more biology. I mean, again, so this is like, okay, I have all the car parts taken apart, and now you're saying, well, why don't you do metallurgic tests? Why don't you melt all the plastic and see exactly how many atoms are in it? How many of them are radioactive ions? Why should I give a fuck? All right, it's completely irrelevant. I know these are car parts. These is what's critical to the car's function, and what exactly the molecular weight of the plastic knob that you push up to make the air conditioner go on is completely irrelevant. So yeah, I don't need any more biological knowledge. I have enough biological knowledge. It's you assholes and the defenders of you assholes who keep talking the nonsense, the lies, the epigenetics, and the other crap that has absolutely nothing to do with anything real or factual. It's just made up. You can throw these words out there and pretend you have an argument, and you don't have one. You just have a word.
To me, it seems like that should be something you're doing, because you're not interested in talking.
Well, I need your critique. Again, this backseat driving from some shit little punk. Who the fuck are you to tell me what you think I should be doing? I think you should go swimming with lead shoes, you little prick. I mean, what? Fuck you. I think you should get a better career choice, you know, because unless you really do plan on being a mercenary liar for crooks and thieves, all right, you're not going to have a nice life.
About things like social consciousness or the history of thought, or even philosophy, or any of the things that go on in these disciplines. It seems like It seems like.
What's that? It's another kind of pile of shit, isn't it? Okay, so you know Einstein sitting in the witness chair, right? And you're just saying, oh, he seems like a homeless bum. Look at him. He looks like a homeless bum. He talks funny. He smells. He wets his pants, I hear. Haven't you heard that? I heard that. He wets his pants. And that's as far as you're going. Well, fuck you. Alright? I don't have to defend my knowledge base to you, you little prick. Okay? I demonstrate it in all my fucking videos. 3,000 videos. I've taken none of them down. I have had to retract nothing but some slight overstatement on whether, cooking meat turns it into sugar. But regardless, okay, you have an argument, argue with those videos. Why are you arguing with critique videos about personality? Why don't you argue the substance, you stupid shit? Argue the fucking facts and details.
Believe in an atomistic, or a world or universe created with atoms following the laws of physics, and creatures following the laws of DNA. So just go out and learn the actual science underlying that and become a scientist, because there's nothing left for you to talk about.
Again, for what purpose would that be? I'm here to make an argument defending a theory of value. Okay? A philosophical theory. That's what I'm doing. All right? So I don't need to do that. That's not going to lead to that end. All right? It really isn't. Stupid fuck.
There really isn't. I already know what all of your arguments are heading towards. Okay? So it's just, to me, I'm here to grow and develop and enrich my own.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. You had to just stop right there. You're here for your own. Okay? That's the difference between me and you. You think philosophy is something you do internally. You don't understand that philosophy is the science of discovering the truth of value. That's what it is, asshole. It's not about making you feel good. It's not about making you feel actualized. Okay? You're using something. You're perverting something. You're turning something. You're turning like an exhaust pipe for a car into a masturbation device. Shithead.
Sense of meaning, and that's what I think philosophy helps to do. And you are...
Well, again, then you don't really understand the concept of discovering the truth. You don't understand the concept that that's what the human race has been doing for 10,000 years since it got a coherent vocabulary, is it's attempting to define the truth, and every word is a definition. And that's the whole nature of the process, is to get the truth right. We're not here to get the truth wrong. Except for assholes like you, because you just want something that makes you feel good. Put the lipstick on the pig. Put the lipstick on the pig. Put the lipstick on the pig. So you can fuck it.
Shitting on it. And you're shitting on anybody who has any sense of purpose.
Well, I'm sorry. The shit comes to me first, you little fucking prick weasels. Okay, and that's the fact. Go to the Ephelis channel. There's no personal attacks. There's an argument being made. And then what do I get back from you little fucking pricks? I get a bunch of ad hominem insults to me, my credentials, my mannerisms, my way of behaving, my personality. All I get is a critique of the messenger again. You don't touch the goddamn message. You don't touch what's been thrown on the fucking plate. You just keep talking about the stains on my shirt. Because you're a weasel with no fucking balls and no fucking argument and no fucking integrity.
Or trying to find purpose, or even create and delude themselves that they do have purpose. So if you, I don't see where your worth is. Just go and be a scientist.
Well, fuck you, okay? Again, I don't need your backseat fucking juvenile, don't know what the fuck you're talking about driving. Stupid shit.
No, we have to introduce the fog, because that truth is too obnoxious to their fairy, what drives their ego, and keep it meaning something. And it's only going to mean something in a world that does value or respect nonsense and outright evil. You know, so that's the other irony of it all. But they're both very nihilistic.
We can't do anything with that. Can't, you know, nothing. No response. Let's see if he does something with the nihilistic word. Because I don't think he can undo that one either.
When Anton said something, just one little lines here and there, and you say, oh shit, that exposes a lot. Call this like chattering monkeys. Oh fuck. Navigating for future success. Something like that. But yeah, it's almost like this whole status quo thing. But that's what we really should be. So we should be driven, not by doing the right thing, but doing anything. And it's just like, no, anything isn't good enough. There are good things and there are bad things.
Well, what's the right thing? If we're just...
Oh, yeah, well, it's just brilliant. So you just don't even get the idea that there's the things have a positive outcome or a negative outcome. Really, that has to be explained to you, and it has to be explained to you that the people on YouTube who have been arguing for all these years, that they're arguing over those value equations. Oh, come on.
DNA machines. What?
Yeah, again, just DNA machines. Again, just ignore the word that has been said over and over and over and over again. Sentience. Over and over and over and over again. The word suffering has been said over and over and over and over again. Illustrations of it, descriptions of it. And yet you just ignore it. It's the fundamental premise of everyone who is arguing on this subject. It's a premise there that is a premise of the argument. If you don't accept that premise, there's no conversation. So yeah, fuck off, you stupid piece of matter. Alright, if all you are is a stupid piece of matter, if you're just a fucking robot, then fuck off, jackass. You're wasting my time.
The right thing, Gary.
And again, this whole just annihilate the notion that there's a distinction. What's the fuck?
Oh, right, yeah, I do remember the right thing. It's to die, right, yeah.
Okay, so again, that's another lie, right? It's about creating future beings, to perpetuating a broken system, putting gas in an exploding car. That's what it's about. It's about saying, no, you just don't do it. Putting another kid on a roller coaster where the last 15 kids flew off and smashed against brick walls. Right? That's all. That's what it's about. It's about not doing it again. Not making a mistake over and over and over and over and over again. But go ahead, phrase it as death. Okay? Phrase it as taking something away from you little greedy, cunt, egomaniacal, insane jackasses. Fine. Okay? Be a liar. Right? Because you're going to be a lawyer, so you should be very well practiced in lying. This is a lie, asshole. You've just committed a lie. It's not a prevarication. It's not a canard. It's a fucking lie.
Of the human species. You wacko.
They're doing that. I mean, what's that?
You cunt. You fucking coward. You fucking pussy. You got no argument. You won't find the quote where somebody said, I want to kill human beings because human beings suck. No, they want to stop human beings from being reckless assholes. They want to stop human beings from imposing their stupid, idiotic notions of purpose on beings that have that logically have no reason to accept their nonsensical theory of Santa Claus.
That doesn't have a point. I mean, obviously it has a point of convenience because now you can rationalize your own gluttony or your own...
I care about animals. But don't reproduce. Man.
Own indulgences, because now you've, made something eccentric or silly, meaningful, tower building or whatever it would be. Pushing rocks up hills. Because you're really good at pushing rocks up hills. You're going to keep that as being a social meme. Yeah, we just have to be good hill rock pusher things. You got to do it in the context.
Here we get, Sisyphus.
Yeah, again, you're just going to ignore the context, okay? Anton made it clear in his video. He talked about, well, what's more important? My job as a teacher, or this or that, or other things I do, or me juggling. All right? And his vote was juggling. All right? So that's the critique. Okay, it's just about some self-delusion of accomplishment, something that gives you a personal reward. It's not about the fact that it does the human race a bit of fucking goddamn good. I would argue that, yeah, rationally, the food inspector at the border is doing something a little bit more productive than the fucking juggler.
Dissatisfying.
That was pretentious of you, by the way. You didn't need to bring in that Greek allegory. Total pretension, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, it's not my invention, okay? Go talk to your hero Piro about that one.
Obligations. I said in the other video, I made the little, one line, as a soldier being finding meaning in life, a good soldier. I don't think that's finding meaning in life. It's taking a paycheck to fuck the world up.
Well, why don't you go put on a pair of combat boots, my friend? It's total disrespect.
Yeah, total disrespect for mercenaries. That's right. That's right. You suck. You really do. So you defend these fake wars for the rich. Yeah, you're middle class. You fucking lying piece of shit.
I have respect for you.
That's not brilliant. Yeah, there's just so much. I probably should. Well, you can't really play these videos. There's so much crap.
Alright. If there's revolution, we get a real revolution, I'll be putting my fucking boots on, fucker.
Alright. Done with this. Catch you on the flip side, buddy.
Yeah, well, whatever. Any side of you is going to be fake. Okay. You're a fraud, a phony, a weasel. You're like I said, you're the ugliest, smelliest kind of turd on the inside. You're just a piece of fucking crap, and now you just proved it so thoroughly. Not one fucking argument in your argument. Just a big, ugly, disgusting, putrid slander. Way to go, lawyer man. So anyway, fuck this asshole. Hard and unpleasantly.